Hi guys, happy fall. We are so back with another video today. Today we're going to be discussing my fall book recommendations 2025 edition. We're so back. This is the epiphany of reading, and we're so back. Could not be back better than ever. I have a little bit of literary fiction with some like horror, a couple of gothic. I think there's another genre, I don't remember. And yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get started. We're so back. Okay, the first book that I'm going to be recommending is Victorian Psycho by Virginia Fido. This is set in the late 1800s. You follow this woman, and she goes into a mansion, and she gets hired by the owner of the mansion to be a servant, I believe. You follow her journey, and she's like killing these children. It's turning into a movie with Margaret Qualley. I think it comes out at the end of this year or early next year. This was the first 5-star read of the year. It's so good. It's written to be in a movie. Like, that's how good it is. Just the Ori gothic creepy vibe just really resonated with me. Like, I really liked it, and so yeah, I would give it a 5-star. I just think that it was well executed, and I can't wait for the movie adaptation. Next, we have The Book of X by Sarah Rose Etter. That is her debut. She wrote, after a little hiatus, she wrote Ripe, which is also really good. But The Book of X is about, I think she's a teenager. You follow her throughout her like childhood, I believe, and she has this knot. This whole family has like a knot in their stomach. It just means like the human experience through that, and also through like what they're experiencing is, and as like they're not in a stomach. I think there was a little bit of religion. It's been a long time since I read this book, but nonetheless, it's still very good. But that's just like the premise of it. Next up, we have The Novelist by Jordan Castro. That is his debut novel, and essentially it's an autofiction, meaning that like Jordan Castro is the main character but set in a fictional world. And you follow this one afternoon, I think it's a morning, of him writing a novel. You follow like the human experience of it, and I liked that a lot, because I feel like a lot of authors just like not push through it, but like don't write about it, and it was refreshing to see that he did that. He has a new book out called Muscle Man, and I was kindly sent that by the publisher Catapults. I have yet to read it. I've yet to read it yet, but it's on my list to read it at some point this year, so I just have not gotten around towards it. And that's The Novelist by Jordan Castro. A Certain Hunger by Chelsea G. Summer. You follow this one person, this one woman, and she's a serial killer, and she spends her time in jail, and she's a food critic. And each chapter you follow her up to the killing, I believe, and it's very descriptive of the food. She's just a little bit of a trigger warning. It does involve cannibalism, so if you don't like that, I would not recommend it. But just with the fall vibes itself, like, it's a good time, it's a good book to read in October. Next, we have The Lamb by Lucy Rose. That is a new release, and it's also a debut. You follow this mother-daughter, and the mother is severely hungry, and so the daughter is looking for homeless people so that the mother can like kill it and eat them. I'm pretty sure is the premise. I think the theme is messed up, but I think the writing and how it was executed was really good, and so that's why I'm recommending it. If you are comfortable with that type of like book, then I would recommend Ottessa. Next, we have The Unworthy by Augustina Bazaterka. I think that's how you say it. I'm so sorry that I butchered it. That is her new release that recently got translated by Sarah Moss. It's a gothic story about religion. Religion is heavily involved with it, so if you aren't the religious type, I would not recommend it, just because it's so heavy on that. I liked the vibe. That's like all that I would really say, was that the vibe was so immaculately good. So just for the vibe, I would recommend it. But other than that, it was just alright. I thought that kind of, not predictable, but it was just like more, or say the pacing was off for me personally, and so I really didn't like that part. Next, we have Tender as the Flesh by the same author. I feel like everyone's been recommending this, so I feel like I don't really need to go in depth. It's just a good dystopian of like what could happen to the meat industry. There is cannibalism involved, so if you are not a fan of that, I would not recommend. Make sure you check the trigger warnings for it. Next, we have The Stranger by Albert Camus, translated by Matthew Ward. It's a good classic. It's a good club classic, if you know what I mean. It's a winner of the Nobel Prize. I did not know that. It's essentially set in two parts. The first part, you find out that this guy murdered someone, and the second part is the trial. That's all I'm gonna say. It's so good. I feel like with classics, you should go in them blind, in my opinion. Just because the writing, it just felt so fresh, and I want to go, and I want to read more of his books in the future. Next up, we have Bluebird's Castle by Anna Biller. She also has a movie called The Love Witch, and this is her debut. I mean, look at the inside. Hello. Ooh. I love when books do this. Like, I think it's so cool. This is a retelling of Bluebird's Castle. It's so good. I will be honest with you, it has been a long time since I've read it, so I kind of forgot the plot of it, but I do remember, though, that the vibes were immaculate. They were so good, and I liked the story. I thought it was juicy, but that's all. That's why I'm recommending it. I'm recommending it because of the vibes. The vibes alone, 10 out of 10. Next, we have Thirst by Mariana Izukush. This is a gothic vampire queer novel. It's set in the 1800s and also in modern day, I believe. And the first part was so strong to me. Like, you're following the vampire through that part, and then in part two, I believe you're following the modern like era in this woman, and the vampire just was put in a cage. No, what's that called? She was put in a oh my god, what? Coffin. She was put in a coffin, and this woman finds this coffin and lets her out, and the vampire just immediately vanishes. And the vampire she's just distraught because her whole world is turned around, and you're following that. And I think it was just so well executed. It was so good. Next up, we have Rouge by Mona Awad. This is one of my favorite Mona Awad book. I've read all of them except for her newest release, which by the time that this is out, it's out. I'm going to be waiting for the paperback. I'm going to read it through my Kindle, through my Libby app, because I don't want to pay for the hardback. Anyways, Rouge is following this store clerk who her mother has passed away. You find out that her mother is in a cult of beauty. I'm pretty sure it's a Snow White retelling, or I just feel like it was so well executed. It's so the magical, she really loves her magical realism and it really shines in this, and I just think it was just so well executed and just so All right, next up we have Mother Thing by Annalise Hogarth. This novel, it's her debut. She this married couple, the husband's mother dies and she turns into a ghost and she torments the wife, and the son is not taking it well, essentially, so unhinged to the core. And I thought it was a fun book, a fun little paranormal activity. Ooh, ooh, scary. So that's why I'm recommending it. It was fun. I liked it. I liked the writing style, although I will say I did not like her last book at all. Did not like that. So there's that. Next up, we have American Psycho by Bret Easton Ellis. Yup. Where do I begin? American Psycho. It's a satire. I think I've seen people there's some good articles about American Psycho, but it's just the satire of what it's like to be a guy is what I've gathered. But American Psycho, you follow this guy named Patrick Bateman, and he's a serial killer, and he kills all these women, and he works off Wall Street. Very if Bret Easton Ellis wrote American Psycho today, he would wholeheartedly be a Trump supporter. But it's just the way that it's written was just so captivating to me. I was like, this is so interesting. Very dark, and it's pretty gruesome. So I would say if you're not into that, I wouldn't recommend it, but nonetheless, I think it's still very good. I have not seen the film adaptation though, but I want to so bad. I had recently got rid of my Prime because because of all the stuff that's been going on. I need to find it somewhere to watch it. If you know anywhere, please let me know. American Psycho. Next up, we have Lapvona by Ottessa Moshfegh. Lapvona is one of my favorites by Ottessa Moshfegh. It's one for more grotesque books, I would say. It's set in a medieval village, and in a corrupt medieval village set in way back in the day, and you're following whole year of this village going corruptly, horribly, and they're super into faith and religion, and you're following so many different characters. You're following this guy who kills this person, and so this person is now with the king, and the king's doing all this horrible stuff. It's corrupt in that way, and what I liked about it was just the human experience of it. I really love the human experience of books. I think it's just so well done if done correctly. So yeah, there's that. Okay, next up we have Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. Now, people love or people hate this book, and I'm one of those people that love it. You have the dark academia vibes to it, the mystery, the thrill. There's a secret society at Yale University. It's a fantasy novel. I hardly ever read fantasy, but I like to dip my toe in fantasy every once in a while. And when I dipped my toe in Ninth House, I went, oh, this is good, I fear. And so I have been recommending it since. But I understand why people don't like it. But for me personally, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to read Hellbent at some point because I have it, and I need to read it because allegedly, the third one's coming out soon. So, and I want to prepare myself for it. But I just know that that dang copy is going to be a hardback. So we'll see. Because for me, I like to, if I have a book in hardback, like for example, like Latvona, my Latvona copy is hardback. All my other ones are paperback. But when I bought that book, I was new into reading, didn't think about it. Nowadays, I wait until like the hardback comes out, or if I'm gifted it, I'm obviously going to keep it. Like, I'm going to keep it. But I try, if it's like if it's a debut offer and I want the book, I'm going to get the hardback, and then I'll unfortunately will have to get the hardback of all the other books so that they match. And if I like the book, like, I'll keep it. But I've been trying to save money on books, so I've been using the Libby app through my library so that I can read like new releases, and if I like it enough, I'll spend the money. Anyways, tangent. Next book we have is The Shards by Bret Easton Ellis. This book, it's a queer thriller set in the 80s. It's another autofiction where you follow Bret Easton as a teenager, and there's a serial killer on the loose in LA. It's just the way that he portrayed LA in a sense that, like, oh, he's written this for a long time. Like, he's struggling with identity, and he, like, betrays his friend group a lot of the time. He is, like, doing all this stuff while so there's a serial killer on the loose, and I'm not going to spoil it, but it's very detailed, and you can tell that it was inspired by The Secret History by Donna Tartt, which, fun fact, they went to college together in Cambridge. I think it's Cambridge, I could be wrong, but they know each other, and I think The Secret History is dedicated to Bret Easton Ellis, and I heard that one of the characters in The Secret History is based off of Bret. I could be wrong about that, but I think you can totally, like, see the similarities of the two. It's so good. Would recommend. Once again, there's a lot of like violence in it, so just keep that in mind. It's perfect for this time of year. Lastly, we have, oh my gosh, we're done with the last book. This is All Is Well by Mona Awad. It's so good. I think in the past, when I read it in 2023, I think I gave like a 3.5. I've been thinking about it a lot recently. You follow this theater, yes, she's in theater. The theater director, her name is Miranda Flinch, I think that's her name. And you follow her through this semester at a college, set in a college, and she's the theater director, and she wants to do this one play. I forgot the play. It's like a Shakespeare play, I believe. Everyone else wants to do this one play. And Miranda she's severely struggling with all this pain. And she meets these 3 guys, and the pain mysteriously goes away and is given to another person. That's all I'm really going to say on like the plot of it. It's just, the magical realism is top tier. Again, Mona Awad does a really fantastic job of doing magical realism. I believe she teaches a class about it, so like I would expect her to be good at it. The the mystery of it, like, she nails it down because it's just so mysterious. Bunny, All's Well, and Rouge are just top. They're so good for this time of year. Anyways, so this is the end of the video. So if you ever read any of my recommendations, please let me know in the comments below. Or you can tell me in my Instagram or in Goodreads or anything like that. It's always going to be in the description box below. Make sure you subscribe and ring that bell notification so that you get a notification every time that I upload. Make sure you follow me on my socials. Again, they're always linked in the description, and make sure you like the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day, night, or morning, whenever you watch it. watch this video. See ya!